last fire will rise. The last fire will rise behind those eyes. Black house will rock. Blind boys don't lie. Immortal fear. That voice so clear.
Hello, YouTubers. So today, I wanted to show off some of the goofy new features that we have here with this webcam. Like, for example, I can give myself different hairstyles. Like, I think I saw, let's see. Yeah, sort of like a Justin Bieber kind of hair here, which is pretty weird. All sorts of crazy stuff that we can do, with this new equipment. Let's see. I can have a bro stash. It kind of follows along. Not exactly perfect, but you get the idea. So anyway, the real reason that I'm here today is that I wanted to talk to you about another board game. You've seen, in some of my recent episodes that Meep and I like to play board games from time to time, especially if we have a friend over. If we go over a friend's house, we'll tend to like to try out some board games that we may have or they may have. It's funny because actually a lot of times we get new board games and we just never get around to playing them. So it's kind of funny. Randomly, we'll be like, we'll have a friend over or something and we'll say like, hey, we've never played this game. We should pick it up and give it a try. Well, that was actually the case recently with my best friend Chris came over for a visit. And we saw a game that we had, 1313 Dead End Drive. Now, we had never played the game. We actually picked it up really cheap at a yard sale and never got around to playing it. So we figured we'd pick it up, we'd play it. And as it turns out, it's actually really cool. Now, basically what happens in the game, your character is this long lost aunt. Apparently, she's passed away, and in her will, all of the different there's like 16 characters. Every single one of the characters has been left a sum of money. So that's the basic story. So what you have to do is you have to show up at her mansion on 1313 Dead End Drive to claim your part of the money. But of course, all the other characters are going to be there as well. And what your characters now each person will actually get 4 characters. What your characters are going to try to do is to knock off all the other characters to make sure that that your characters take home more money. So the basic idea is that you want to keep who your characters are. You want to try to keep that a secret. So what you do is you're allowed to you roll a pair of dice, and if you roll 2 different numbers, you can move one piece the one number, one piece the other number. If you happen to roll doubles, you can choose to either move one piece the full number, or move each piece move one piece each the number of spaces. So what you will basically try to do, basic idea is that you want to try to move your pieces out the exit, and you want to move your enemy's pieces onto a trap. All the other pieces. So, but what you can try to do to kind of try to bluff out your opponents is you can actually try to move some of your pieces towards traps and move some of your opponent's pieces towards the exit, just because that way then you can try to fake them out so that they won't be able to figure out which characters are yours. The reason that this is to your advantage is because just by landing on a trap, nothing happens to your character. Somebody actually has to spring the trap with one of the cards. So again, each person gets 4 of the 16 characters, and what you'll do is, as you go throughout your turn, you move a number of spaces. If you move anybody onto a trap space, you get to pick a card. Now the cards typically, they'll have anything from, they'll say like make a run for it, which you get to roll a single die again, and then you can move a character that number of spaces. There will be cards that allow you to move the character to a certain space, move any character of your choice to a certain room, any space in that room. There are cards that will allow you to spring a trap. So if a character that's not yours is on a trap and you happen to have that card, you can choose to spring the trap. So on the will that remains in play, each time a character is killed off, their money goes to the next character in line, and it'll show you there'll be an arrow that it, either goes one way or the other. And your character, once a character dies, it goes up. It goes that. So it's kind of strategic. You want to try to keep an eye on where your characters are, so that you know who you may want to knock off. Not to mention, you keep an eye on who's got the most money, so that if they're not your character, you try to get rid of them, so that all of their money goes to the end. At the very bottom of the deck is a card that says, I believe, if I recall, it's something like "The clock strikes midnight." Once you get to that point, the game is over. The other time that the game is over is if there are no more boards, no more pieces left on the board. So if they all have gotten outside or been killed, that's also when the game is over. Okay, now so at the end of the game, if you either get all the pieces either out of the house or they face one of the traps, whoever has the most money is the winner. So you count up your little tokens. This game was actually, it was a lot of fun. It was really cool. The most fun part was definitely setting off the traps. There's some pretty cool traps. Like there's there's the fireplace that spins around. There's the boar's head that falls on you. There's the stairs that you fall down. There's the safe with the piggy bank that falls out and hits you. There is a suit of armor that can crush you. So it was a lot of fun. That was definitely the best part. Was the traps. Was setting off the traps. The game was a lot of fun. I definitely highly recommend it. Especially if you can find it cheap. Like we found it, it was only a couple bucks at a yard sale, so it was definitely worth it. It's a lot of fun, and it's definitely one that it's definitely fun, more fun if you have more players. But nonetheless, it's good for 2 players as well. It was really cool. So leave me comments. Have you ever played this game? Have you ever heard of it? Are there any other board games that you might like to recommend, that you think I might enjoy, or you want to see if I maybe have played? Okay. Thank you, YouTubers. Have a nice day.
Cry, little sister. Sister